Welcome back to another typical PNW guy YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about gloves. I know a lot of people like to wear them in the winter, obviously because it's cold, but then you have the flip side is in the heat. So, your gun's out there all day. It gets hot, obviously, in places like Arizona, Texas, California, some places like Washington on the east side. Your gun can get hot just from outside weather, but if you're shooting a lot, the area around the gas block and the rest of the handguard can get hot, but especially where the gas block is, because obviously it's mitigating gas and it just gets freaking hot right there. And depending on where it is on the barrel, is usually, for most people, right where your hand goes. So, like on this guy, you can see the gas block right there. Well, my hand goes right here, so my fingers tend to get hot. The first couple fingers right here get pretty hot, and so I know I have like a rail wrap on that burn proof gear, which helps a lot. But you come over onto something like this, and they have inside here, you have what's called a heat shield. Granted, that's all fine and dandy for both options, but it only helps to a point. Once it gets to a certain level, it's just radiating, and it gets really, really hot, especially if, granted, we all do this, but mag dump after mag dump, we just like to, sow our freedom seeds. But that's where gloves come in. These are some Oakley gloves. My wife got me these as a nice surprise, which was awesome. I haven't used them a whole bunch, but they have, you can see the raised knuckles. Then they have some venting right here, a little bit of venting right here. Then they got some padding right here, which is nice, and extra heat mitigation protection. I like them. In the winter time, I also throw some Thickster nitrile gloves on, and then I put these on just in case my hand gets wet, because leather will get wet, it'll soak through, so it keeps my hands dry, a little bit warmer. The heat doesn't, nitrile isn't good for heat, but these gloves help with that. So it's kind of like the first layer, second layer type thing, which is awesome. But with that said, sometimes gloves like this, or like the mechanic gloves, can affect your trigger at pulling, because it just kind of gets in the way. That's why I have the forward controls enhanced trigger guard on that. Now, in the old school ones, in my M4 clone, they have, the standard GI trigger guard, but you just take a bullet, you put it in there. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. And no. All right, hold on a second. All right, so you pop that out, and then you can actually swing this down, and you can get your hand in there, and then when you're all done, you just reverse. You just push that down, push it in. It's pretty hard to do it one-handed, but that's one way that I like to shoot, and that the military found useful, obviously, because they've been doing it for a long time. But winter's coming, whether we like it or not. September is right around the corner. Weather's starting to cool down. I know we've been in the upper 90s and hundreds, and seems like the last week we've actually cooled down to the mid 70s, and nights are getting colder. So think about winter stuff now, so when it hits, it doesn't affect you. I like a good pair of gloves. In my go bag, I always have them in my work truck, so get you multiple pair. These are kind of my main ones that I keep with my vest. So get you some of that. And then also, if you are ordering anything from Brownells, $150 or more before tax and shipping and all that, use coupon code WLS10 to save 10% off. That's the coupon code for the awesome and amazing We Like Shooting podcast with Sean Heron and the crew on the Firearm Radio Network. Absolutely love those guys. Been listening to them for a long time. So that coupon code shows them some love, and it also saves you some dollars. So think about some winter gear. I know Brownells has some on there. I haven't looked recently to see what is still there. It's kind of one of those things that get an idea in my head and then pop on and see what's there and then hop off. I'm always looking for new stuff, and you should be too. So get you some good gloves. Definitely something like this where it's got some padding, some modular webbing right here just to make it so your thumb and fingers can move a little easier. And then I'm a big fan of these just in case, run out of ammo or whatever. You got to hit someone. God forbid you ever have to, because one, I'm not a boxer, and two, it'll hurt your hand no matter what. These little knuckle pieces are nice. I know that these ones are plastic, some are carbon fiber, but get you something that won't break down. Mechanics gloves are good. It's just personal preference, but get something. If nothing else, put them in your go bag. But until next time, deuces.